Hey everyone, it's TriviaTim. From its memorable diverse creatures to its cross-generational appeal, it's no surprise that the Pokémon series is still popular after 20 years. With the first generation of games getting their Virtual Console re-release, I figured I'd go back and uncover some quirks, glitches, and facts you may not have known about Pokémon Red, Blue, and Yellow. Hope you enjoy. Animations for some moves were changed in the Virtual Console re-release of Red, Blue, and Yellow. In order to comply with current seizure protection standards, the following moves were modified to avoid rapid flashing. The Dragon type does super effective damage to itself in Generation 1, just as it does in every subsequent generation. However, the only Dragon type move in Generation 1 is Dragon Rage, which does a set regular damage of 40 HP, so this behavior is never actually seen in the regular gameplay. There is an unused Bird type within Red and Blue. It has no weaknesses or resistances, and only certain glitch Pokemon like Missing No have this type. Surprisingly, it remains still unused in the second generation games, Pokemon Gold and Silver. The blurb on the back of the game's boxes claimed that 139 Pokemon can be obtained in each game without trading. This is really misleading, as it includes all Pokemon that the player must choose between. The true total of different Pokemon obtainable in one adventure without trading is 124, which excludes the 2 chosen starter families, 1 fossil family, 2 evolutions, either Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan, and the 4 Pokemon that only evolve when traded. The Virtual Console re-release of the games are locked in Game Boy mode, making the Super Game Boy enhancements, like a custom border, inaccessible. Red and Blue both contain a short, unused song, with no defined pointers in memory. As it only has 2 channels, the song appears to be incomplete, but it's defined in ROM with a relatively high tempo. A restored version of the track, found on cuttingroomfloor.net, can give us an idea of how the song would have sounded. Since the script for Pokemon Blue, rather than Pokemon Red or Green, was used for the translation from Japanese, certain errors were made for the 2 in-game trades. The man who trades the player an Electrode on Cinnabar Island claims that the Raichu that he received went and evolved. As Raichu does not have an evolved form, this isn't possible. In the context of Pokemon Blue, however, it makes sense. The player trades away a Kadabra, which evolves, through trade, for a Graveler. The man who trades the player Jinx in Cerulean City claims that the Poliwhirl he received when it evolved. While Poliwhirl does evolve, it's through the use of a Water Stone. In the Japanese version of Pokemon Blue, the man trades away a Haunter for a Machoke, which also evolves through trade. According to an Iwata Asks interview with Ishihara and Morimoto during the release of Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it was revealed that after the debugging tools were removed, Mew was added in the remaining space on the ROM of the Gen 1 games. This defied standard programming practices and risked new bugs and glitches. A Pokemon battle with Professor Oak is programmed in, although he never actually battles the player. It can be triggered, however, with a GameShark code, or by using one of the various glitches in-game. Oak is programmed with 3 different teams, each consisting of a level 66 Tauros, a level 67 Executor, a level 68 Arcanine, a level 70 Gyarados, and either level 69 Venusaur, Blastoise, or Charizard, whichever isn't chosen in the beginning of the game. Based on this team and their levels, it's very likely that he was supposed to appear at the very end of the game, maybe even after the final rival battle at Indigo Plateau. Hey guys, we're only halfway done, but I'm gonna hand things over to my friend at the YouTube channel Chatteract to tell you a few more things you may not have known about the first generation of Pokemon games.
You can evolve any Pokemon that requires a stone without actually using an item. This is done by leveling up the Pokemon in battle, and then finishing the battle with another Pokemon that has a hexadecimal identifier equal to the needed stone. Coughing's first generation sprite is the only one to depict the poison-type Pokemon with its markings above its eyes and mouth. Its markings appear under its face in all subsequent versions. It is actually possible to reach Saffron City before beating the Cerulean City Gym and without the use of glitches. All you need is another copy of Pokemon where the player has already reached Celadon City and a copy of Pokemon Stadium 2. Since Pokemon Stadium 2 has the ability to transfer items from one game to another via the PC system, a player in the first generation games can get early access to fresh water, soda pop, or lemonade to give to the Saffron City Guard. If you end an encounter in a draw, the game will behave as if you lost, but the victory jingle will still play. You can buy any of the drinks in the Celadon vending machines as long as you've had enough to buy a fresh water, meaning that you could potentially get the soda pop or lemonade for 200 Pokemon dollars instead of their original prices of 300 or 350. It's completely possible to use the storage system to withdraw a party of only fainted Pokemon. This will cause your character to black out after moving 4 steps away from the PC. In the original Japanese releases of Pokémon Red and Pokémon Green, the player can win the Saffron Gym Battle with Sabrina by simply losing and returning to the gym. By doing so, the game will consider the match won. The player is then registered as a winner and receives both the Mars badge and TM46 as normal. This error was fixed in the Japanese release of Pokémon Blue and the international release of Pokémon Red and Pokémon Blue. According to the Pokemon Pokédex Collector's Edition, Prima's official Pokemon guide, Red and Blue were developed by a team of only 9 members. You can end the encounter with the Ghost Marowak without a Silph Scope by just using a Pokédoll. In Pokemon Yellow version, walking around with Pikachu off-screen can completely destroy the game by corrupting memory addresses. Pikachu will stay in place to produce this glitch by either talking to the Pewter City Pokemon Center Jigglypuff, triggering one of Bill House's Pokebill events, or having Pikachu fall in love with Clefairy at the Pokemon Fan Club in Vermilion City.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this and want to see more, subscribe to the channel. And if you know any cool Pokemon facts that I missed, comment those below. I want to thank my friend over at Chatterack for all of the help today. He has an amazing channel, you guys should check it out. He has the series on this 3D remake of Pokemon Gold and Silver that's really cool, really fun. See ya.